In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use the King Quilter 2 Bobbin Winder. It's very simple to use, and this is actually a separate piece, so it's not attached to the table. It plugs in, and the nice thing about the winder being separate from the King Quilter machine itself is that it has its own motor. You're not using up time and energy of the motor in your actual Longarm, your King Quilter 2 Longarm. So you've got this separate one. So I keep it close by my machine, and I'll show you how this works. So you're going to put your cone of thread. I am using the Wonderfill 40 weight thread, and you're going to put it in your thread mast here from back to front like this. On this side over here, you're going to go through this hole. There's a hole back here in the back, so you'll need to make sure you take it through that hole and then through your tension discs. So you're going to kind of wiggle that through there, make sure that's in there really good and there's some tension on it. And then you'll take your Class M bobbin, and there's a hole there. So you'll put your thread up through the top, and then you'll pop it on the holder there. Now you're going to hold your thread up for just a moment until you get it going. So you've got your start button, and these are two sensors. So these actually sense how full your bobbin is getting before it stops. So the reason I have a screwdriver here is because this screw can loosen, and this will have to be adjusted when you first get it. I just recently got this, and so I've adjusted it slightly, but I might need to adjust it a little bit more if it doesn't fill up the bobbin all the way, or if it fills it up too much, that means you've actually not got it in the right place either. So go ahead and hold that up and press start and stop really quick, and then you're going to snip off this thread right here. So I've snipped that off, and then you continue with the start button. And you can see here from the side, it's going up and down. And you just want to make sure that it's not spongy. That way you know your tension is correct. If you find that the thread is spongy, you can adjust this knob here to the left or the right to be able to adjust your tension to make sure it's not spongy. So these right here are going to sense when it's getting time for the spool to completely fill, and it'll stop. You see it's going to stop right there. Now actually I can get more thread on here, so I'm going to use my screwdriver, and I'm going to loosen this screw up just a little bit, and I'm actually going to move this out a bit, and that should give me more thread on here before it stops. You don't want it to extend past the metal part of the bobbin, so let's press start again. And I'm just going to watch it to make sure, get it in the right spot. There we go. So this is really good right here. This is a good spot for it. You can see that the thread is not sticking out past the edge of the bobbin, but it's not really almost empty either, or only halfway filled. So I'm just going to tighten that up, keep that in place, and then you will just snip your thread and pop this off. You actually can use this cutter too if you want. This is actually a cutter right here, so you actually could have cut it this way if you don't want to use your snips, either way. And then you have got your bobbin wound. Okay? All right, so that is the King Quilter 2 Bobbin Winder, and it comes with your King Quilter 2 Longarm machine, and you just want to keep it somewhere close by. If you have any questions or comments at all, please leave them in the comment box below. And until next time, quilty friends, make lovely things.